Hi everybody, Steven here. So just want to give you a little update on what's happening with my project. I think for the past 2 weeks I've tried to put the project aside and do a bit of writing for my document. But yeah, so now I just want to show you the little things that I've added. In the previous video we were kind of talking about not just working on this side here, but kind of incorporate the buildings and the space in between those buildings as part of the project. And oh yeah, and if you're wondering, I'm using Twinmotion right now. It's like a game engine that do real-time rendering, so we're gonna use that to navigate a little bit inside the project. It's something that's directly connected to ARCH, and so maybe in another video I'll show you how I'll link the two together. But okay, let's dive in. So I'm just gonna go as if I'm a tourist. So this is the old facade of the existing building, so I'm just gonna keep that, and right now I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with the treatment of the facade. Maybe just some type of repainting and maybe like a graffiti of the landscape, natural landscape. Anyway, you'd enter here. I'm just gonna try to slow it down. And here I'd imagine that would be the reception, and here on the right you would have the gift shop, and then you turn around here, and this is one of the important part of the building. Is gonna be a giant aquarium that you could see through the other sides and see in the memorial below, and see the staircase going to the upper floors. And here I would imagine they have like a big coral sculpture where all the fish and other corals will grow and live inside. Here this is like a space for the elevator, and so you walk here, you looked around here, and it gives you an idea of the space around there. And then you continue, you would either go up or you would go down to the memorial space. So this will just go down, and you arrive here, and then you would have another view of the aquarium, but seen from below. And this kind of also act as a skylight that would bring the lights from the outside like deeper inside the museum. And here's just like that could be spaces for maybe toilets, and that's where the elevator comes down. And you'd go here, you would either go to that gallery here, or you could go down to this one. So let's go down first, and you could either go back there, and oh, this is something that I wanted to try. I think if you've seen above, there's like this lot of cube that's stacked up close to each other, and I thought that maybe I could use that pattern that it creates to get light inside this room here. And yep. Oh, and this is the ramp. So this is the ramp that going on the upper level, but if you come here, you can access it from this side as well. And as you can see here, I've actually slanted the wall to kind of bring the lights from the outside all the way down to this ramp. This ramp is acting like a connector between the different levels. Okay, I think here I missed. I need to add a door somewhere to go to the other side, just like this one. And so that's where I'm gonna have some exhibitions and display area. You'd come here and you could go up to the staircase, and that's the other area here. And here you can go back down with the ramps. Can come around here. This is some column that's supporting the roof above. And this is just going to be another area to bring lights inside the lower levels. And you could go up. Another view of the exterior. But let's go back down. Here. And then go here. So this is the lower part of the memorial space. As you can see here, there's an opening all the way to the sky. And this is the lowest part of the memorial area, and I would see that as exhibitions as well. And the only way to access this area is through the lower floors. Okay, if I go back up, and here we are arriving at the other museum area on the first floor. Here there's supposed to be some windows, but because I'm redesigning them, so I've just removed it. But this is just some open plan area for display. This is this is not the skyline of Tahiti, but it's just like a comes from Twin Motion. But those buildings are. So here you have some windows that allow you to see outside. You can come here and kind of see what's around the building. And then you could go up. Here you can see the inside of the memorial, but normally there should be a wall there. Shouldn't be open like that. I guess I need to rectify my ArchiCAD model. But yeah, you can go up to the rooftops, and here that's the area above the memorial where you can have some more exhibitions or display. And you can come this side as well, and this takes you to the roof. And here you would be able to see that's the park that's next to it, the existing one. Go on the rooftops. You can go around here, get the view of the harbor, and then you can come back down and go through here. And this staircase, well, there should be a door there too. It will take you to the area that's above the entry. Takes you here. Yeah, I think it's a bit difficult here because I didn't add the door, because there should be a door here there as well for a ramp. But we'll come back through here after. So here there's another rooftop area, and that's where the elevator comes, and here another view of the harbor, and that will be the top of the aquarium. So I don't think you'll see the fish, but then that's the area that allows people to do the maintenance, so they would enter the aquarium from the top. And that's some stick, and here on that roof I had like some solar panels. and the staircase that takes you back down to the museum area. Around here, this space there was supposed to be for like offices, admin, people that working in the museum. And come back here. Come back here. And this is the same museum level as before. So everything is linked. It's just like a circuit. And if we wanted to go back to that ramp that we saw earlier, this is the exit. Come through here. Oops, I guess that wall shouldn't be there. Yeah, so there should be a door there as well, so I can access that ramp. So I can go up. So it's this one. And then you could either go outside and maybe go to the other parts of the museum, because I was thinking all the other building maybe in the future could be also part of But yeah, there's only way out and in would be through that entry here, and now we can go back down, and that's where it leads. So we came from here. If we go back outside, that's what it kind of looked like. You can come through here. You would see the inside of the museum. There should be like a window, and then you can access the inner courtyard through here. And if you continue down, you'll be on the other side. Okay, so now that's like the park I have on the south, and this is the existing pond that I wanted to retain, and this is all new part as well. There's like an underground just below the courtyard, and yep, and this is like a skylight to bring lights underground. Here normally I would add some openings so you could actually see inside the museum. So you see, that's this part here, and here it's connecting. Yep, and I come through here, staircase, go back up, and voila. I think there's still some stuff that I need to remodel, but that's the project right now at this stage. As you can see, I still need to work on the colors and the texture, but the overall shape of the building is there, and I don't think I'll change much. Let's go to the sky. Overview from the top. Okay. So yeah, that's the first thing that I wanted to show you. Now if we go back to ArchiCAD, that's kind of one of the presentation board that I prepared about design, and it's pretty simple at this stage. I have a few axonometric here to kind of show the different floor plans and what the overall structure look like. I still need to put some annotations about how you circulate through it, and maybe some color to really differentiate the program and the different spaces, what they're used for. And then I've added some elevations just to show the type of material that I'll be using, and maybe the rhythm and the different spaces. Then I've added 2 sections here to see how all the levels relate to each other, just to show that I'm using ramp stair and staircase. Then I got 3 3D sections. Those 2 are to show the, let's say, the 2 special places in the building. Like the first one will be the giant aquarium. That's what you see as you enter the museum. That's the kind of image that Teddy kind of tried to project, and that kind of everybody knows about, like the turquoise water, all the tropical fish, that type of vibe. What would you expect when you come to Tahiti? And then on the other side, after the galleries, you would end up in that memorial space. It's something that's empty, a bit darker, to kind of represent that void, that's something that's missing after the nuclear testing. Stuff has been destroyed, and yeah. And then this one is to kind of show the relationship of the museum with its urban context, how it's permeable, that there's multiple entries, and it's like physically permeable, and also visually, like there'll be a lot of areas from the exterior that you can see the inside, just to kind of show that everything's connected. And then I have a perspective view of the entry. I normally have arcs there, but because I'm gonna redesign the facade, so I've kind of removed them for now, just to kind of blank base so I can draw on top. But that's kind of what I wanna. And then at the top I have a big side plan. Oops. Come on. Oh, computer is getting slow. Come on. Okay. For some reason it stopped working. I guess it's taking too much resources. Anyway, the side plan is there to show how the building relates to its context, and a better view of the courtyard. You can see here. I don't know if I told you, like, this is a pattern that I've used, that's taken from the Polynesian navigation map. When I first saw it, I thought it was really interesting and could make a nice patterns, but when I laid it down there on this platform, and then when I was modeling in ArchiCAD, and I did this Boolean modeling, like I've used the pattern above a slab and kind of create a subtraction. and then this kind of remind me, oh, what is it called? Like this Japanese art where they have like broken vase or bowl, and then they kind of use gold to fix them and put them back together. And I don't know, it just kind of like that idea where after the bombing, the ocean was broken, and this is a way to bring it back together. I mean, it could also mean that this courtyard is tying everything together, because I mean, it could look like a net that's kind of trapping everything. Or yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interpretation. It's really up to you and up to your experience. You'll see things a bit differently. But yeah, here you could see that's the entry, that's the courtyard, that's the memorial space, that's the park here. This is the service area. And here initially I wanted to have like a library, but I felt it was a bit too small for one, so I was thinking, oh, maybe just turn into some type of cafe or like an eating space. So here you'll have all the sittings and the bar, and here at the back you would have the kitchen area. And yeah, I mean, that's it for now. Right now I'm mainly reading, researching, just preparing my document, darker than what you've seen in the Twinmotion walkthrough, but that's kind of the feeling that I'm aiming for. Like it will be something to stay a little bit and kind of observe. Also, there was like at the museum parts. You can see the arcs there. I'm not really sure if it's gonna stay like this because it's a museum. You need to be able to control how much light gets in. So I might have like a double skin facade with some sort of louvers on the outside. Also, this is what you would see at the rooftop level. This has been redesigned since, but that's the ramp that's coming up of the museum on the upper floor that will take you to the roof. But as you can see now, the ramp is actually smaller and has been shifted to the right to leave a gap there so that the light can go all the way down. This is a staircase taking you all the way to the top from the museum. Oh yeah, and that's kind of the new design. That's the ramp at the lowest level. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It was just to do a quick update. It's been 2 weeks, so I'll do a quick video to show you what I was up to. Thanks. See ya.